Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Cities Skylines. We are playing Exact Bay, a master plan city, and we're also having the campus DLC in here and building up our campus. It's been a while since I played, and at least since I've recorded. What I've done in the meantime is I've actually filled in a few extra pieces. So you can see, if you've been following the series, I have actually filled in a fair bit of stuff over here. Yeah, I think that's about it that I filled in. I think that was already there in the last episode, and what I'm like trying to do is at some point do some industrial areas, and that's kind of where I'm going to go with this episode. So as you can see, the city is kind of growing into this, I will call it like the northbound direction, and I'm liking it. I'm liking it. So the idea, or the way I'm feeling about it, is that high density will kind of end around here somewhere. That'll be the kind of end of high density. So this, and probably down here as well, will be the high density city. Maybe out here a little bit more as well. Maybe a little bit along here, something. I don't know. We'll see about that side. And then from around here, it'll go into the suburbs, low density suburbs and things like that. And it's getting pretty good. So you can see I've added a little suburb area over here. Slight bit of high density around the train station, the transit orientated development and so on. I've this road that was kind of ending over here, I've connected back onto this side, added a little bridge. So now there's actually a proper connection between these two sides, without necessarily having to go on the highway or so on. So that's working pretty well. That's also linking this area up to the campus over here. I've changed around the roads a little bit, so this is not one ways, all of them anymore. It's a little bit of two-way section in here as well now. Okay, so what are we going to do in today's episode? Oh, one more thing just before we get to that. I've added, so there was a fair bit of traffic that was going here, obviously, to come and join some of these new and higher density areas. So what I've done is I've added a bridge connection from this line straight onto the highway. I've widened this a little bit, so it goes from 2 plus 1 gives you 3, and then 3 plus 1 gives you 4 lanes, and then we've got a split of 2 lanes and 2 lanes over here. And obviously that one coming back is there, so I've clean that up a little bit, 3 plus 1 into 4 lanes, and then a split from 4 to 2 into this area. So there's a fair bit of capacity through this section, and we are kind of feeding in traffic from a variety of areas. We've got the sunken highway that's coming through here, but we've also got this street that's joining and that street that's joining over there. So it's a fairly easy flow of traffic into that area and then back into that area. So that works pretty well. Okay, so now getting to what we're going to do today. Okay, all the way over here, I made the start for a forestry industry, and that is what we're going to do today. But before we jump straight into that, let's quickly work on how we're going to connect this up onto the highway. So if we go over here, I'm just going to give this a little bit of extra. Let's just do that. A little bit of extra over here. So we'll give ourselves a little bit more room. Yeah, and that looks pretty horrible, to be honest. So let's quickly grab the mover tool, and we'll just start by dropping these a little bit so that it's not as, as hectic as it is over here. We are seeing a bit of clipping over there from the so I think that's probably about right. Let's see about dropping that down just a tad more, and over here maybe just a tad more, and see if maybe that's something that's a little bit more natural. Now, how we're going to actually connect this up to the highway is, I am thinking we are going to need to do a bit of a little something like say that, and definitely bring it up there. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is so where did you, yeah, anyway, and we're going to do a similar thing, kind of over there. Yeah, So something like this is what we are going to do with the highway connection over here. I think that'll work pretty well. At some point we may kind of do like a little bit of a dumbbell or something like that, but for now I think this is going to work. Now let's grab our pieces over here like so, and like so. We'll clean that up like that, and like that. Okay, now so with that in mind, let's quickly sort this stuff out a little bit. And I'll do a little bit of work on that. So what I, for instance, want us to do is, and let's quickly do that. I want to take these down to 2 lanes. So let's quickly go do that. Down to 2 lanes through there, please, and through there. And yeah, that's cleaned up things a fair bit. I like pushing these out a little bit. Yeah, a little something like that. How can we... Something like that's probably okay. It's not the greatest, but I believe that'll work. So let's just leave it like that. So now we have access to the highway for our new area. Let's quickly make sure to tie in the areas so that we make sure we connect everything up. We definitely want to, so yeah, this is a little tight. I may go and fix this area up a little bit better, but for now it will do. So let's link all of these the way the movements that we're keen on getting over here. Let's make it a little safer for us, and there we go. So definitely want to make some kind of room for a freight loading station, but let's get going on our area over here. So this is the forestry industry. So we do a forestry main building. Shall we do it? Actually, you know what? If we do it on this side, okay, then this entire area can kind of become the forestry area, because that is where we're going to get our trees, and then over here on this side is what I'm interested in actually doing the processing and things like that. And so again, we probably then need the rail station on this side, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay, let's get our roads back. I just want to do a little bit more, so let's kind of see about extending that a little bit like this. And what I'll do is I'm actually going to go ahead and run a little bit of a road in like this, and we'll try and get our forestry industry up in this area. That's pretty good actually. So we'll get our forestry industry right in there. Okay, now let's grab it. I want to, yeah, let's place it over here somewhere, a little push back from that road, and there you go, the Emerson logging area site. It's an interesting little name for it. Okay, now what's that? Oh, campus area, of course. I've been playing this for a while, right? Okay, so let's, ooh, that's not what I want. Okay, just want to make sure, get a fair bit going like that so that I can actually expand it properly. There we go. So the Emerson, no, I don't mind the name there. So let's continue to paint this area. This entire area will be painted in that kind of fashion. We could actually even do a little bit of farming over here as well. Logging and farming, I think, close to each other does fairly well, so that's okay. So let's do that. We're going to paint this entire area. We may not use it. Okay, nice. Okay, there we go. So that's the Emerson logging area site. Now we don't have power and things like that over here. What I'm actually kind of tempted in doing, instead of kind of running the power out all the way over here, I'm tempted for us to see about plopping maybe in a couple of these over here. You know, maybe up on the hill over here actually does pretty well, and it's a pretty decent, it'll be a pretty decent look for the city. Nice, I like it. I like it. So let's leave that be. So this is going to be, this area is almost going to be powered by renewable sources. So that's very good. Now, what else do we want? We have a forestry workers barracks. So what we'll do is we'll start by placing some of this over here. Yeah, let's just do something like this. So we'll add one of them over there. That's pretty good. We want a forestry maintenance building. Ooh, that's not quite what I had in mind. Okay, we'll come back to that. Now, we need to provide, so these are some of the things that we're going to place, but for now, we want small tree plantations. How big can we go? What do we have bigger ones, right? What is this? A large tree sapling field, a large tree plantation. So the slope is not going to work for these large ones, right? So we'll just have to go with the small ones up on here. Ooh, we actually are potentially able to squeeze one in. Does it try and... Oh, it works quite well even on the slope here. Oh man, that is really cool. I like that. That looks really good. And I'm... Okay, so I don't necessarily think we're going to be able to squeeze in any more of those ones. But so let's squeeze in some more of this. Nice. Let's see, can we do some of the bigger ones on this side? I don't necessarily think that'll work too much, but we can. Really? Nothing? It doesn't want to go in there? No, you can't be serious. That's interesting. Don't understand why you're struggling so much. Anyway, let's leave that be for now. So that's kind of the starting point, and it actually works pretty well up here. It looks really good. It kind of fills in quite nicely on what we're doing over there. So that's pretty good. Let's see, can we actually get one or two of the bigger ones down here as well? Oh yeah. Gonna squeeze that in there. Well, one more maybe. Nope. Oh yeah, something is over here. Come on. Oh, these are overlapping actually. Oh, that's okay. I think that actually works quite well. I like it. It's really, it's cool. It's cool. So there we go. We've got plenty of logging capability right over there. So we'll see how we do that. So that should be pretty good. We do need ourselves a little bit of water out here. So what we'll do is we will run ourselves some water along the highway. Okay, so now I've got some water up over here. So let's run it out. Oops. I believe I've got Anarchy on, and that's kind of killing things a little. Up this road over here. So now all of that should have its water. Over here should have water as well. Of course, we're going to want to get ourselves a little bit of... Ooh. A little bit of that going on, and we'll again get ourselves a little bit of this over there as well. Perfect, so that's okay. Excellent, so now all of this should immediately be workable. Good, okay, well while we wait for some of this to kind of start making a move. Oh, what is this? A farm truck. Why would a farm truck be hanging out over here? One thing we do, however, need over here would be a little bit of recycling, I think. Oh, and definitely a fire. Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to be almost a little town that develops around this industry. Maybe what we do is we do a little bit of a town right over here for the people. Actually, I think that's a really good idea. So what I'll do, and I'm going to continue using these little roads like this. So let's run ourselves a little bit of a road like this. and we'll do, you know, a little bit of a crossing in the middle of town over here. I like the idea of having a little town here, and then this could become a little farming village as well, or farming village. Maybe village is not the right word. Okay, let's do a little. So if we kind of give ourselves a little bit of extra room right over there. Okay, so this is kind of the center of town, and we'll kind of run that a little bit that way. Okay, perfect. So now let's get ourselves a little town up and running over here. So this is going to be kind of the main street, probably. Shall we say Lewis Street is the main street? So let's run ourselves something like that on the main street over there. Okay, and at the same time we want the basics, so we definitely want to kind of give ourselves a little bit of a clinic over here. We will give ourselves, actually maybe over here is where we will instead do a little bit of a, well, we'll see, we'll come back to that. Okay, what else? Let's definitely, because this is kind of a forestry area, I'm kind of keen for us to up here on the hill, kind of somewhere over here, I think. Let's give ourselves a little bit of a tower like that to have a look at what's going on in all of this area. That's pretty good. And then I want a pretty sizable fire station. And we're going to have the fire station over there. Okay, so this is the sizable fire station that's going to deal with anything that's going on over here. I like that. I actually like that. Give me this road again. I'm kind of tempted to just do like a little something like that as well. Nice. Now get us a bit of a police station as well. Over this way we don't need something substantial from a police station point of view, and I think this kind of police station that we've got right there is probably a good idea. So we'll kind of co-locate them like over here, and because it's out here in the sticks, we don't need to kind of have a lot of area used, so we'll leave some areas open and things like that. Okay, now what I wanted to do is I wanted to grab a little bit of so let's just give ourselves, oh, and something that would look pretty good over here is if we actually do maybe a couple of dirt roads as well. Yeah, I'm gonna like that idea. Do ourselves a couple of dirt roads like this. Do something like that. I like that. I like that. Okay, now let's kind of zone a little bit of this over here, so at least there's a fair bit of people that can actually be starting to live here now. Excellent. So that's pretty good, and they can come up and work over here, and we might run ourselves a little bit of a bus and so on, and we'll can see about expanding that. Okay, so let's unpause so we can see how all of this works. We need to work on our water for the town over here. Thank you very much. We'll be sure to run a little bit more water over here. We'll link that over there for redundancy. We'll make sure that we kind of tie up the power, so that should get everything up and running. Nice. Actually pretty good. Excellent. There's some stuff popping in over here. A few very basic things popping in over here now. Okay, now some of the next things that I'm going to want us to do is actually provide some of the forestry industry pieces as well. And okay, so now let's have a look. What do we have over here? We have a sawmill. We have a biomass pellet plant. We've got an engineered wood plant, a pulp mill, yeah, that's pretty cool, and a log yard, and a large log yard. So let's get ourselves a large log yard, pretty central, I would hope. Yeah, maybe something like that. We'll give ourselves a large log yard over there. Okay, so the stuff can start coming down to the log yard. That's cool. And okay, well, what else did we want to do? Did we want to potentially bring this one off to this side as well? Yeah, maybe not. Where's this going? Now get it to the log yard, guys. Fill up the log yard. Okay, there's a lot happening over here. Trucks coming in to come and collect stuff. Yeah, so that is starting to operate. Now we need some more of the buildings. So a pulp mill. Okay, we don't want to kind of kill people with the pollution, and I kind of think maybe over here is a decent spot for it. So let's go back. Let's get ourselves a bit of an industrial road that we've been using all along, actually, and let's do a little something like that. And then what I'll do is I'll just get rid of this. Okay, so we'll put a bit of a kink in the road over there. Now give me my pulp mill. Oh yeah, that's the good spot right there. Nice. Get ourselves a pulp mill going in that location. There's not a lot of room for us to make changes to the interchange, but I can't see for a minute that this will be a very busy area. Okay, now, oh, we're in need of a little bit of water over here, of course. So let's tie in a little bit like that way. Stuff is arriving at the pulp mill, I believe. Nice, good stuff. Okay, now let's see what's the next piece of the action over here. I want to kind of, yeah, maybe I want to do a little something like that, and let's tie this together. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Nice. So the pulp mill is actually working. Now let's get some other stuff in here. We definitely want a sawmill. Actually, even over here is a good idea for the sawmill, and then the biomass pellet plant kind of thing. It goes over here somewhere. Nice. Okay, we also need a little bit of garbage disposal. Shall we do a bit of a recycling center? Yeah, I like that. Kind of squeezes in there a bit of a recycling center that looks slightly different to all the others. Okay, more water please. A little something like that. Okay, so now the forestry industry can start doing its thing. Let's have a look what's happening over here. Industry info. We're getting some raw forest products. We're producing paper, planed timber. Is that from here? Yes, and paper from there as well. Okay, so we've got a little sawmill going on for some of that. So things are heating up over here. We're starting to see a little bit of some people moving in. Oh, the one thing we probably need over here as well is a bit of a post office. People will be loving their local post office over here. So I like it. This area is starting to look pretty good. Okay, now the next piece, and we're probably getting to the end of this episode. So this is the start of this town. I'm pretty keen on getting that done. What I also want to do is I want to set up a bit of a harbor somewhere, a kind of a freight harbor or something like that. So that's something we want to have a look at. This area is filling in nicely, nice and suburban. We are getting a bit of a demand for all the other pieces, so that's cool. We've got these roads that are seeing some traffic going on, but yeah, I do like this area, and it's getting pretty busy over here as well. Lots of stuff being unloaded over here. Yeah, we're probably going to run into some early traffic problems. Okay, that's pretty good. What else, just quickly before we get there? Anything else on the oh, we probably need some of this sawdust, wood chip storage. So maybe some wood chip storage somewhere. Yeah, something like that's gonna be good. Excellent. Yeah, that's good. Excellent. It all looks nice and industrial little town over here. Yeah, that's good. Okay, the train station. Let's quickly have a look. Train station. Now, this is a standard cargo station. Do we have anything else that's like... We've got a cargo loading station. Fully functional cargo loading station. I like the idea of that, right? A double track cargo station, all these kind of things. Because the reason I like this is because it's so kind of it just feels workable, doesn't it? But we can probably squeeze it in on this side actually. Okay, so how far do we need that little piece of road to be away from it? I am thinking we probably need something like this, right? So if we do that, will we get the cargo station to no, not at all. Not at all. So how much is it? It's like 4 plus maybe 2 or 3. Come on. Why is this? It's a little weird. Okay, now let's try this again. This time let's do so something like that potentially, right? So let's tie this. Ooh, that's not what I wanted to do. Why are you trying to? Can I just? Okay, let's just force this thing onto the ground, please. That's fine. Okay, now let's try this again. The freight train terminal. Oh yeah. Ooh, it could be tight. Let's give it a little bit of room all the way out here. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now let's quickly tie these in. Give me some of this, please. That. Okay, and now what we'll do is we will tie that in. Yeah, that's awesome. Now let's do another bit of straight like so, and then we're tying it in. Okay, and this one we will have to do a little something like that. All right, the other side is looking good. Yeah, that's perfect. Nice. Now we just need to make sure we have a little bit of water and power going on over here. So let's run the water down that way, and we are going to need the power as well. So we'll just run the power straight into that. Nice. Now this can start working. We've got a local train station over here. We don't have a passenger rail, but that's something that we can look at into the future. Now the question is, how productive is this? Pretty productive? I don't know. We are seeing a fair bit of stuff being produced now. A fair bit of stuff, and we are going to look at leveling up and things like that. We have people moving in over here, and I'm kind of wondering about policies. So just as we finish off this episode, let's do a normal kind of, so this town over here will be the town of Emerson, because we had already got the Emerson logging area. So this is going to be the town of Emerson. And I'm not sure I'm spelling that correctly. It's probably like that. Little town of Emerson over there. Oh, just the one M. Excellent. Now I wanted to do some policies over here, so let's quickly see. So from a city planning point of view, this is a small business enthusiast, so we'll get a little bit of going on over there. No, nothing like high-tech housing and things like that. Ooh, maybe let's get workers' union going on over here. Slightly increase adult residence tax income. Yeah, that's fine, no problem. We're not going to do any of the other fancy stuff over here. Okay, that's okay. We definitely have a high-rise ban. Definitely don't want to see any of that. We have a tax raise or a tax relief for low density. And we have tax relief for low density residential as well. Perfect. Any services that we want to do over here, we will do a bit of recycling. I think that's not bad. And let's try and limit our power and water usage over here a little bit. Okay, perfect. So those are some of the basic stuff that we're now doing. Excellent. What we're going to need to do is place a little school as well. So give ourselves a nice little elementary school. Something very basic is what I'm after here, right? So that one, yeah, it is probably this one that we're going to have to do. So let's get ourselves a basic school over here. Is there a... Yeah, I don't know. A bit of a high school as well. Maybe over there. Maybe, yeah, maybe something like this, right? Do a bit of a high school right there. Yeah, that seems like a good squeeze. Nice. Nice. So things will busy up over here. We'll see how the traffic goes. At the moment, it's not too bad. But we'll see how it goes. I'm keen to see how this industry progresses as well. At the moment, losing a fair bit of money because we are importing a fair bit of raw forest products, and we don't seem to be exporting any of our produced items. So we'll see. Maybe now with this in place, we can get that to work. But I'm pretty keen to see if that actually does start working. Perfect. This thing here might not be in the best spot. Seeing a lot of this stuff being put in here. Over there. Okay, need a ton more workers as well. Oh, I think there was just something that made an arrival over here. I don't get why you're doing it that way. You should just be going out that way, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. This is going to be the end of this episode. In the next one, I will probably further expand the little town of Emerson over here. I'm keen on getting a big cargo hub going, and we'll probably fill in some more stuff as our demands increase. Thank you. Hit that like button if you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.